Hey, it's Kiwi, and welcome back to Minecraft Homebound. This is episode 5. If you'd like to see the previous episode, just check out my channel. Hopefully, I'll eventually put these into a playlist when I have the time to. We're finally done with a lot of sudden shifts, it seems, so let's do something very chill and cozy today. I hope you all enjoy. Also, today's episode might be a little bit shorter considering I've been very occupied elsewhere. To kick us off today, I'm actually going to discuss honeycombs because I needed them for candles and candelabras. So the very first thing to do was to go and hunt down some bees. I made some campfires to, tame them and everything, and ran across the river to where the rest of the birch forest is, which is also where I've seen a ton of beehives, so it didn't take long for me to actually set them all up. And I went all the way to the distant edge of the birch forest to start chopping trees alongside all of my honeycomb farming because I will need them for the builds later in the episode. Once I got enough honeycombs for 8 candelabras, I just made those super fast and moved on to phase 2. Phase 2 was very focused on getting even more birch. Unfortunately for me, the builds I decided to go with needed a lot of birch. Like, there's so many birch logs in one of these, like, it is unreal. I also ended up farming a little bit of dark oak as I would need that for the coming events as well. It's a lot, and I do want to break out of this palette as soon as possible. I still feel kind of stuck in it, kind of rigid, because I want everything to look nice and put together. Yeah, I gathered up all of that birch, and then we proceeded to go ahead and do the full structure of the library of today's episode. So, the library structure. This one took a very long amount of time, and as you can see, the main reason is because of what I said. Gathering all of those birch logs took a monstrous amount of time, but nowhere near as much time as the bookshelves will later. Trust me, that took me so long that I only recorded some of it. It's insane. Regardless, I do have some minor things to talk about. This is a little early in the video to have sort of just a spiel, but I do want to explain why this video has taken a literal month to work on over the others. So I am involved in a very fun project that I do basically just whenever I can, and I'm part of it and everything. I have a contract with someone. This other project will eventually pay me, but the main thing to take away from it is that because it doesn't pay me yet, all of the time that I need to spend on it is entirely personal time, and thus it chews into literally any time that I take to record voiceovers, record general videos. And one of them has actually been Minecraft focused for the last little while. I might upload videos on that soon eventually. Well, not soon. Eventually. Eventually, I might start uploading videos of that whole thing. The main thing is that I have actually been sitting down and coding my own custom origins, which I didn't even know you could do, but it's entirely a thing where you can just design your own custom origins in a data pack, and Origins will let you use that to add in some new ones. So I have been hard at work designing, I think, 6 different origins, and it has taken a long time. That has been a great amount of fun for me. I really do enjoy doing that, but it's also, just eaten away at my time and made me not want to play my own Minecraft Homebound stuff, which is a bit of a problem. So I promise, now that I have finished all of them, sort of, I still have one last thing to work with. I'll hopefully start focusing a little bit more on getting these episodes more properly done. There are a couple other things that I do for them, such as take pictures, and I also do voice acting for a different project, which I hopefully will get to do soon, actually, as I've been in talks with the people in charge of that. So, there's a ton of stuff going on behind the scenes. That's why this specific episode has taken so much longer to make. And, yeah, anyway, moving on. Moving on to the library interior, we've got the stupid books. Oh my goodness. Books are relatively expensive considering I don't have like a stable way to get leather or produce paper super fast. Like I just have the sugarcane at the edge of the river and the cow pen behind my house. So it took literal weeks to gather the necessary books to do this. There were 90 bookshelves inside of the library, and there were also a bunch of book stacks. I think there was around like 20 book stacks as well. Every single one of those book stacks and the bookshelves requires 3 books, which is a minimum of 3 leather per bookshelf and book stack. And so much paper. So much paper. I took a break in between things just to create a librarian villager. And that librarian villager is just not worth the time and effort at the moment. Well, I mean, now they are worth the time and effort because I've finished the library and the other build of today, which is the forge. But oh my gosh, it took so much longer to get all of the individual books and bookshelves, which I did in between doing the structure and doing the interior. It took so incredibly long to do this, and I am completely drained. I don't want to touch another bookshelf, book stack, bookcase, whatever for the rest of the year. I'm done. I am not making any more bookshelves or book stacks for the rest of the year. That is how sick and tired of it I am. Anyways, in between looking for books, I also ended up finding one of those archaeology ruin things. I can't remember what they're called. I'm pretty sure they're just called like trail ruins or something. I don't remember. But in between things, I did find one of these and went on a little mini excursion throughout it. It's not that big of a deal. It didn't even really go anywhere. But oh my goodness, it took so long to do the interior. I did eventually get it done though, so, you know, the library looks pretty nice. I will be going through and updating things, don't you worry. Just, obviously, I make the structure and then I update the structure over time. So, yeah, let's not worry about this. To round us off, I then used the leftover materials from getting everything for the library to actually do the forge. This one didn't take nearly as much time. It literally took me like a day to gather up all the materials because they were just lying around in chests. And I took a day to construct the entire thing, and then I took, I think, another hour to add in all of the individual jobs and readjust the boundaries of the village so that it fit both the library and the forge. It honestly took more time to figure out the fencing around the forge area than the forge took itself, because, I mean, I had the plans laid out for both of these structures already. I have like Matica installed specifically so that I can do these, but like I don't know how the fencing is going to work after the fact, like the mob pathfinding fencing that I do with sweet berries underneath some moss carpets. So this forge didn't take me nearly as long, but I still had fun making it, and it's just a very nice structure in general. I quite enjoy having it. Both of these structures being finished means that I think I can focus in the future on like actually doing little details, because I have proven that I can do the interior of the build, and I have some plans for the future. So I do want to get into that eventually. And that seems to bring us to the end of the video. There are just a couple final things. Like I said, this one's a relatively short video, but there is something I do just want to bring attention to, which is my love for Minecraft keeps getting reignited and fizzling out. I don't entirely understand why that happens, but one of the things that reignited it this time, and I just want to bring attention to it because I feel like everybody should do this more when they're thinking about things, is anytime someone signs off a series, specifically in this case, I'm thinking of Mumbo's season 10 Hermitcraft sign off, as that happened 2 days ago, according to when I'm recording all of these. Like, anytime someone signs off a series, you can hear in their voice just how complete everything feels and how sad they are to let it go, even if it is complete, which reignited my spark for wanting to do stuff. And that just means that, like, Homebound, I hope eventually I will get to the point where when I sign it off, it'll be very similar to how Mumbo feels about how Hermitcraft 10 went. Like, Hermitcraft 10 is complete in Mumbo's mind, and he is sad to let it go. I can hear it in his voice. I hope you'll be able to hear it in my voice when I eventually let go of Homebound, that I am sad to leave it, but that it still feels complete to me, and that we do need to move on. For the record, Homebound is not ending for a while, so yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing and hitting the bell if you want to be notified of when the next one comes out. Hopefully it won't be another month since that one comes out. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye! So, to kick off today's episode, I needed honey, or at the very least honeycombs. So I went looking for bees to, kind of just farm up some words. What? I'm forgetting things. I was trying not to have bloopers this time because bloopers take up so much of my effort.